Welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast. I'm Shannon.
I'm James.
I'm Jaja.
Yes, guys, you heard that right. It is a blast from the past. Last week, Jossie was a blast from the past after being gone for 2 months. But for any old listeners, because we do have some new listeners, Jaja is back, and Jaja was a host with us for a long time back before, all this pandemic stuff happened.
Right.
And he has decided to grace us with his presence. And I'm so excited. Jaja, how have you been?
I've been great. I mean, it's been way too long. It seems like ages ago, man. Like
It was. It has been.
I got to give you your flowers for keeping this thing together and keeping it going, Shannon. Like, I really appreciate you for that.
I try. I'm trying. Trying to get some.
There's been way too much content to talk about. Like every time I watch something nerdy or something we used to talk about, I think of you guys. Just like
yay. I'm happy. There is a lot of content. Well, we've had some slow weeks. There's been weeks where there wasn't a lot going on, but I feel like
also I have been listening to some of the past couple episodes, so I feel like I got a little feel for the vibe as how it's been recently, and where people's heads are at. And I got questions for both of you. I got so much to talk about. Like, we don't even need a rundown.
Oh man. I'm excited to get to it.
Yeah, that's what we like to hear. All right, so let's get into it. Who wants to go first? Who wants to tell us their nerdiest thing? Jaji, do you want to go first?
I could go first.
Okay.
I'll keep it simple. So my nerdy thing recently, I've been researching 2 new mobile games coming out.
Okay.
I took a little break from the Xbox because I've been following. You ever played Marvel Future Fight on the Android?
Mm-mm.
It's like a gacha game where you collect Marvel characters. You try to make them 5 stars, rank them up, upgrade the armor, whatever. But now they're coming out with it seems like the sequel. It's called Marvel Future Revolution. And it's going to be MMO. It's going to be like Black Desert style, massively, MMO style.
Mm-hmm.
Open world. I think there's about 6 or 7 characters to start with. And, it's looking like a pretty big game for a mobile phone. And the other one that I've been kind of researching that I thought I should mention to you, maybe you would like this one, Final Fantasy VII. They're coming out with another mobile game that looks like it's going to be like MMO style, multiplayer, beating up monsters. I think it's called The First Soldier or something like that.
I mean,
so check it out.
I like Final Fantasy VII, but I'm not a big fan of mobile games. So
no,
it's just like it takes up too much. It kills all the battery, and then it's just your phone is overheating and all this other stuff. It's kind of like, unless I had one of those things, that backbone thing. Have you guys been seeing ads for that on your Instagram? Like the controller for your phone, you put your phone in it.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. The grip.
Yeah, the grip. Yeah, it turns your phone into like a controller. If I had one of those, I would play more mobile games, I think. But it's just hard.
Well, since I'm an Xbox person, I'm big on the Game Pass and playing on any device now. So I upgraded my phone to the S21 Plus, and it runs the game so nice, it's not even funny. So I'm trying to explore the mobile gaming world right now.
I forgot you were an Xbox person. Here we go.
Not only am I an Xbox person, I'm a Droid. Most people are Android, so I am the unpopular opinion. You could call me that.
You are the unpopular opinion here because we are both PlayStation people, both iPhone people. So you're outnumbered.
Both Nintendo people. Don't forget. Don't sleep on Nintendo.
Well, we all have a Switch, so yes, Nintendo too, I guess. That's neutral ground.
Right.
Okay, so what else have you been doing? Have you been watching anything? Have you been reading anything?
Well, besides the Marvel stuff, which I don't want to talk about too much now, because I guess we're going to get into it later, I've been really, really excited the way Marvel has been rolling out its content. And I wasn't here for the whole Attack on Titan finale. I mean, we could talk about that whenever you want. We don't have to talk about it today, but I've got a lot of opinions on that. I don't know if you've seen the controversy about the ending to Attack on Titan.
Are you talking about the manga ending?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't read it, so I don't know. I saw.
Did you hear about everyone being mad about it though?
Yes.
Okay.
I did.
Or 50% of people are mad, 50% are like it's all right, but no one's really saying it was great.
James, were you mad about it? Did you finish it?
Yeah, I finished it. So actually, while I was reading, because I remember Jaja was the Attack on Titan guy, because I'm a longtime big fan. So I was like, oh
Nice.
yeah, Jaja, this is what he was talking
Yeah.
about when I was finally getting caught up, because things were going so crazy all the time. But yeah, the ending, I
Right.
wasn't too impressed. I mean, it had to end kind of the way it did, but I still thought it could have been better. I'm not sure what I would have changed, but I just didn't really, it didn't tickle my fancy the way I thought it would.
I mean, the last episode of, well, I know that wasn't the end of the anime because I know they're having a part 2 come out like in the winter, but I wasn't impressed with that either. So I don't know. So I feel like it's a peek into the disappointment I'll probably feel when the show ends.
Like,
also.
We could table this topic, but I'm probably going to talk about it a little bit today when I talk about reviews on certain things. But like, I want to really talk about like the art of storytelling and how certain writers are trying to trick the reader too much. Like, just stick to your story and tell a good story. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's true.
But
it's very true. All right. James, what have you been doing?
My nerdy thing. So I went to Blerdcon yesterday for
Oh, you did
hours.
go to Blerdcon. Okay, I was gonna ask you if you went because I saw a lot of people there actually.
Yeah, super last minute. But yeah, I did end up going. I still wasn't fully comfortable being in a crowd. So Blerdcon has grown from the first time I've gone, and it's huge now. Shout out to them because they've grown it from the first time I went. It was kind of like tiny and confined, but now it's like huge. There's a lot of people, and then sort of post/mid pandemic, it's still like a bit nerve-wracking to be around so many people. But so to go, you had to bring proof of vaccination, which was
wow.
So,
really, that's great because no one has asked me for proof of vaccination yet.
Oh yeah,
so that's
that was like the leading factor of why I decided to actually go. And I was like, okay, so everyone will be vaccinated. And then actually, this is a great thing they did. Your badge was actually a face mask, so there was really no excuse to not be masked up in there. So
that is awesome.
That is cool.
I did feel comfortable, like knowing that they took those precautions to go, and then they were stopping people, like, hey, pull your masks up and stuff like that. And in some of the panels, they would have strict capacity limits, so there would be people at the door, like, hey, there's too many people in here, we can't let anyone else in. So it was run really well. But I did enjoy my time there. I just was still, even with the mask on and knowing people were vaccinated, I was still a bit uncomfortable, so I didn't stay for too long. But yeah, I had a good time there. The costume contest was nice. I saw some really good cosplays. Let me tell you guys. President Loki, like already people were
already
President Loki. Yeah, those are really good. I know you don't watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but they had Giorno and Bucciarati from Golden Wind were in there. Spider Noir, you guys.
Yes.
Spider Noir, yeah, he was in there. There was a really, really impressive Ninja Power Ranger with like the ninja robes from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. That was really good. I seen a Dark Magician in there. Someone was dressed as Senku. I just got the Senku tat. I was like, oh, nice. So we got some Senku representation in here. Tamari from Naruto.
Okay.
She had like the huge fan. That was the most impressive part.
Oh, that's cool.
She was walking around with that huge fan the entire day, and kudos to her because it was kind of hot out there too. And then there was a guy, this like really, really muscular guy. He was dressed as a waifu, so he had on like the dress, some stockings and heels and everything. It was actually pretty funny. But
that's crazy.
Yeah, it was funny. But yeah, that's like my nerdiest thing from this past week.
Did you see our friends from Plus Ultra Entertainment? They were there. I saw.
Yeah, I was looking for them, but I had no signal in there, so I couldn't even reach out. But yeah, I was looking for them. But they had some nice costumes. But I saw from what they posted on Instagram.
Yeah,
so that was good.
That's really props to Blerdcon for taking extra precautions to make sure that it's like a semi-safe place to be. That's cool.
Sure,
like,
yeah.
But even with the capacity limit, was it crowded? Like, did you have space in there?
Yeah, it was still pretty crowded. Like walking in the hallways to different panels and stuff like that, or just even inside. I mean, they were socially distant as much as they could be, but the seats were like, there weren't like open seats in between each people. It was like kind of sitting next to people. So even that, I was still like, I haven't sat next to a person that I don't know in so long that it's kind of like strange. So
yeah,
we're all traumatized from the pandemic. I feel like.
Yeah, but I would have felt like much more comfortable knowing that everyone in there is vaccinated and knowing that you have to have a mask on. Basically, that would make me feel a lot better. So like, props to Blerdcon for that. That's cool.
Yeah, and there were very few people that were like anti-mask type of people that were like trying their hardest to not wear their masks. So for the most part, people were complying to the rules of having your masks on and stuff like that. And actually, so they had a cosplay contest I went to, and like between the actual contest and then the judging for it, there was like a slight intermission, and there was actually a wedding that happened. So,
really?
Yeah, there was this couple, they met at Blerdcon, and then they got married at this Blerdcon. So it was
so
actually
cute.
It was really nice. They played a little like wedding slideshow and all this about like how they met and all their
Aw.
like blurry things they've done together. Yeah, it was really, really nice.
They're
Wait,
And they had
definitely gonna be
cosplays on
together
too.
forever.
who married them?
Yeah. There was like a pastor up there and everything.
Wow. That's
yeah.
so cool.
Yep, they
That's
had like
awesome.
this Batman. Well, he had a Batman costume on, and she had a Poison Ivy costume. Then the best man had a
That's
Robin.
cool.
Yeah, it
That
was
is
really
cool.
dope.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome.
Question: while we're on the subject of cons, is anybody going to Anime NYC?
I don't know. Well, James is in Virginia, so I don't know if he's gonna come down here for that. But I don't know. I'm definitely not going to Comic-Con. I kind of let the sale of the tickets come and go, and I didn't purchase any. So I'm just like, I don't know. But I don't know because I don't know. I feel like I'm a little on the fence about it. I want to go, but I'm still contemplating.
Yeah,
So I have
I'm
no
thinking
solid
about
answer.
it.
Yeah, but
I
those
might
tickets,
come out for that.
did those tickets go on sale yet?
I'm not sure, but I keep getting emails about it, so hopefully there's still some available.
Yeah, I mean, Anime NYC is smaller anyway than Comic-Con, so maybe by the time tickets come out, like maybe I'll decide if I want to go. But I'm definitely not going to Comic-Con this year. I'm gonna wait that out. I'm gonna go next
Right.
year. But Anime NYC maybe I'll see. But yeah, that's awesome. That sounds like so much fun, and I'm glad that they were taking precautions to make you guys feel
Oh
safer.
yeah, definitely.
Wait, did you cosplay or no?
No, I just had on like a slam dunk jersey.
Got it. Okay. Anything else?
No, that was a big thing. Yeah, big nerdy thing for me.
Great. What
How
did I
about
do?
yours? Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna disappoint the fans super early. I still have not watched
Oh,
Demon Slayer
please.
movie.
Oh,
I have not
I
watched
was
it yet.
hoping you didn't say it.
And again, it is still not my fault. We will blame the person that is to blame for this, and that is my significant other. He has still not finished watching season 1, so I have not watched the movie
man.
yet because he still hasn't finished watching season 1. But you know what, guys? It's gonna get done. I swear. Next week.
We're just gonna
I
keep
blame
rolling
you.
this promise forward.
I mean,
not my fault.
I haven't seen the Demon Slayer movie either, and everyone's been getting on me about it
Jaja,
too.
what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm
But-
surprised that you haven't seen it, Jaja, to be honest.
I didn't make a promise to anybody to see it, but I'm
I
gonna
know.
by next week I'll see it.
I think that, time is running out really, because I really do want to watch it, and I keep saying that I'm going to watch it, but week after week goes by, so I really might have to
Gotta
watch
put
it.
your foot down, Shannon. Sit
I
him down, and be
know.
like, listen, we're
I know.
binging today.
I know, because he has like 6 episodes left to watch in season 1, and it's just taking forever for him to finish it.
No, but the movie looks really, really cool. I read that part in the manga though, so I know what happens, but
you're
I gotta see it animated.
Yeah, but
No,
basically
that show animated is different.
No, it is. Yeah, I know. So sorry, fans. I still haven't seen that. But I watched Loki. That was the big thing of my week. I can't say that. Did I do anything else? No, I didn't really do anything else this week. So I'm disappointing. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, we can get into that soon. But let's start basically real quick because
You're not playing any games or anything, Shannon?
No, not at the moment. I've been busy with other stuff. People know this because if they've listened, I've mentioned it a couple times. I'm getting certified. I'm getting my certification to be a personal trainer, and I'm just trying to finish. I'm trying to get through all the course material so I can actually take the test. So that's been taking up a lot of my time. Really, I haven't had time to really do anything fun because every time I try to do something fun, I'm like, oh, I could be studying. So I'm limiting the things. Yeah, or that too. Yes, exactly. So when that's done though, I'll be doing much more nerdy things on a 2-week basis.
Right. Life limits us so much. I feel like I have to find time for my Xbox. It's between work and just family and everything. It's hard.
Yeah. Do you have a new Xbox, Jaja? Or do you still have your 360?
I have the old Xbox. There's nothing compelling me to get a new Xbox. There's not really that much out yet for it.
That's true.
Or not enough.
It is good to wait if there's nothing. That's true. All right. Real quick, let's get into some stuff because I know Jaja said he has some stuff to talk about too. So let's get into this stuff and then we can get into fun stuff. So did you guys see that Netflix was planning on expanding into video games? Good idea or a bad idea? What do you think?
I'll reserve judgment until we see what sort of games, because if it's Netflix original games, then what does that mean? But if it's games that we know and love, then still, what does that even mean? So
Right. I feel like there's not enough details to comment about it because though I'm thinking about like, okay, it might be good for Sony if they can make some partnership with Netflix to have just PlayStation games on there for people to play whenever they want. Because Xbox has the Game Pass. They don't really need that. Steam has their thing that we're gonna talk about later. And it's like, who is this really benefiting?
It's true. And when I think about this, I think about like you guys know a long time ago, like when you had cable, there used to be like a game channel on the cable where you play like little games on the remote. Do you guys remember that? No?
Right.
Was that just me? Is that just me that knows what that is? Okay.
I had
anyway,
web TV, so yeah, I know about that.
there used like on cable, well, at least on Optimum, there used to be like a channel where you play little games on the remote. And that's what I think about when I think about this. Cause like it's so vague on the details. Like there's like we don't know if there's gonna be like a system kind of like a Stadia or something like that. Like they didn't really say what it was gonna be, so
Right.
it's kind of vague. But I do want to point out that Google failed when they tried to branch out into video games. So
Yeah, I was just gonna say they're taking a big chance right now because watching Google just completely fail at it horribly is.
Yeah.
But they still like have it out. You can still get a stadium. They didn't like pull it back or anything.
They didn't, but they did dissolve their whole game division. So I don't think that you can still get one, but I don't think that they're doing anything or making anything new for it. So after that flop, it's kind of interesting to me to see Netflix want to venture into that.
Right.
I don't know. I don't like, it doesn't seem very compelling. Like, I don't know why I would play any games on Netflix. Like they have to make it appealing, I guess. And
I mean, if you already have Netflix, I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt to just have games there that you can play.
If they don't make it more expensive to play games, that's what we're waiting for. Also, that wasn't it's not specified whether it'll be more expensive to like upgrade.
I think I might have read somewhere that they weren't going to change the price.
Oh, interesting. So how are they going to make money off that? I guess more people will subscribe.
Yeah, I think they're just looking for people. There's so much competition now. Like, remember when we used to talk about all the streaming services coming out?
Mm-hmm.
And now they're actually out, and it's like gives me a headache when I try to look at all of them, like Peacock and Paramount Plus, and like it's too much. You might as well get a cable box if you want to get all these streaming services.
Yeah, it is too much. Well, that'll be interesting. If they don't change the price of Netflix and more people actually do subscribe, then good for them. But you know, in order to get new subscribers, it would have to be like compelling gaming, not like, you know, just I don't know.
And I don't really see any big exclusives coming on there. And that's everyone's big gripe with Xbox. We don't got enough exclusives. So who's going to be running to Netflix for games, you know?
Yeah.
Listen, they working on it. We just got Batista. We working on it, all right? Microsoft's been making some big moves, all right?
We'll see. But right now, you guys don't have a lot of exclusive games. But it's okay. It's okay. We'll see what happens when this actually becomes a thing. I know that they have an executive from EA that went over to that side, and then somebody from Facebook is on the team as well, and they're still like building out the team. They're hiring right now actually for people to be on their gaming division. James, you should do that. You should apply to work there.
Oh yeah, Netflix hire me.
No, I don't know. I think you should stick with your stable job because who knows if they're gonna tank or not. But anyway, we'll see what happens with that. Also, the Steam Deck has been announced, or I think it's available for pre-order now also. And that looks pretty cool. Is anyone going to get that? You guys are PC gamers, right?
Yeah, I don't plan to get it though, but it does look interesting.
It's just as expensive as a whole console. So it's pretty expensive actually.
I mean, but it's pretty cheap for a PC gaming console though.
Yeah. So I think what's the starting price? Like $399? Something like that?
Yep, for the lowest memory model.
Yeah. But then that goes up. I think the most expensive one is like what, like almost $600?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and the actual device looks huge.
It does, and the hand placement looks awkward as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Do you remember the Game Gear? It looks like a Sega Game Gear.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It has like the little thingies on the back where you're. Yeah, I would imagine that would be awkward to hold.
So like recently, I was looking for like a gaming PC or laptop. And there are so many of those out, like it's not even funny. Like, like
a gaming PC? Yeah.
They're not gaming PCs, but like the mobile handheld devices that play PC games.
Got it.
It's not like it's something new. This is just a brand name one now.
A brand name one, yeah.
There's been a lot of off-model ones and a lot of reviews on a lot of different ones. And also, have you ever seen the mini PCs that they're coming out with? It's like a box this big that can play like PC games or like even be a full computer?
I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
well, that's a good point that Jaja just made. Don't be fooled by name brand. I think do your research first before you commit to buying this and see if it's worth it.
it looks good. I watched the video on it. It looks pretty cool.
I mean, it looks cool. It is just as expensive as buying a PlayStation, though. More expensive, actually, if you get the higher model one. It
sucks that you won't have mobile data, though. You have to use Wi-Fi. That's one drawback. It's like, if I have to use Wi-Fi, then I might as well go on my computer. You know what I mean? I'm going to be in a place where I can play something better.
You know what I see coming back? You know the little mobile hotspots that they used to sell in the phone stores? But like now people make their phones hotspots, but now you can but you used to be able to like buy a little thing that was a hotspot.
Right. You still can.
Can you still? I feel like I haven't seen those in a while.
Mm-hmm.
I use them when I travel like overseas.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I should get one of those. But do you have to pay monthly for those?
Yes.
You do,
I
right?
think it's weekly. So the last time I used one, I went to Japan and it was like a weekly rate, but it's not crazy expensive. So it depends on how much data you get.
How much per week?
I want to say it was like 30 a week.
Ooh, that is expensive, James.
For mobile Wi-Fi, it wasn't bad.
30 a week? What is that? Like 120 a month?
Well, so it was just rented for like 2 weeks. So it was like $60. Yeah. And it was like 4 of us using it. So it didn't come out too badly, but it was just for vacation purposes.
But I think that you can buy one, or you used to be able to buy one at like mobile stores. Like you could get one from AT&T and I think it was like $50 a month, which I think
I'm pretty sure T-Mobile has them. I've seen them in the T-Mobile store, and it's pretty much like adding a data plan or like adding data to your tablet or your watch. Yeah. It might not be as much as having a cell phone plan, but it's still like another charge.
Yeah. But if anyone's planning on getting the Steam Deck, if anyone purchased one, well, it doesn't come out till December, so there's no review that you can give us. But if you are planning on getting one, just let us know, I guess. And tell us why you're getting it instead of a cheaper version of something else.
And also let us know how your pre-order went, because supposedly the only way you can pre-order is if you have a previous Steam purchase before Steam June. Purchase. Yeah. Wow. So to eliminate bots from buying them all up, they're letting people reserve them. So if you didn't have an account with Steam prior to June, you can't get one, or you're not priority for one.
I respect that. That's pretty good. I do respect that, because I appreciate companies that are actively trying to stop the bots from stealing the joy from people's lives. I appreciate it. Thank you, Steam. Cool. And then also just real quick, this Mario. So which game was it? Super Mario 64 sold for $1.56 million. Which
I know everybody is looking for that game right now. They're looking through their 64 games.
Yeah.
Just 2 days before, somebody's Legends of Zelda sold for $870,000 in a bidding war. So yeah, after I saw this article, I was wondering what old things that I have that I could sell for that much money, because that's crazy. And I have a question: when you sell something, do you have to pay taxes on that? Like if somebody buys it for that much, do you have to pay tax on that money, or does that kind of go off the books?
No, it's taxed.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some type of sales tax depending on the state you're in.
See, that's why you have to do all your stuff underground. Run an underground bidding war for your game instead of going through eBay or something else. But that's crazy. That's crazy. And the person that was selling it didn't expect it to sell for that much, but now you're rich. So I hope you do something good with that money. I hope the person wasn't already rich too. I hope that it was like a person that
So that's why sometimes it's good to go to garage sales and these people that don't know what they have.
Yeah, people don't know what their stuff is worth. I have a whole bunch of old stuff, like gaming, like old consoles, old games, like in my parents' closet. I'm about to go through there and see what's in there, to be quite honest, and see how much it's worth. Because
I got a GameCube here.
I'm trying to be on the come up, like these people. All it takes is one game. But congratulations to both Super Mario $1.56 million, Zelda $870,000 game sales.
Somebody came up big.
Yep, I'm not jealous at all. It's fine.
Imagine if you had $1 million just to spend on Mario 64.
I know.
Oh, yeah, you're doing pretty well.
Yeah, you are doing pretty well. Or
maybe not.
Well.
Maybe you're laundering money.
Right.
maybe that's what's going on, because I think that was the highest selling game for Nintendo 64. So why would or the price be that high unless there's some money laundering going on. So
lots of things are selling for lots of money. So like these games, and then like that Charizard Pokemon card sold for, I forgot how much money it sold for, but like now's the time to like kind of find your old stuff, and if you're ready to sell it, kind of assess if it's worth anything. So before we get into like shows and stuff, Jaja, I know you said you had a lot of stuff you wanted to talk about. Is there anything you want to bring up specifically?
Well, not right now. It has stuff to do with the shows and all of that.
Oh, got it.
Other subjects we can table for another podcast. We
Okay, got it. So, the Titans season 3 trailer is out. I haven't watched any of Titans. Do you watch Titans, Jaja?
I haven't seen any of the seasons, but I
heard it was good though. I've been meaning to watch it.
You guys are sleeping on Titans.
I know.
I've been sleeping on DC. Like, I'm not even gonna front. I've been sleeping.
Rightfully so, though. Lots of people sleeping on DC, rightfully so. But I did hear that Titans was good. A lot of people weren't expecting it to be good, but I haven't heard any bad things about Titans. I just haven't watched it yet before because it was on the DC streaming service. But now that it's on HBO Max, I have no excuse not to watch it now. I can probably watch it.
Yeah. No, Titans. It's better than the movies, honestly. The DC movies. For like continuity and just general content, I really do like Titans. I think the biggest gripe that I've heard was that Starfire was black, but other than that, it's a really good show. Was
it that she was black, or was it that they gave her a bad wig to wear? Because that was a complaint that I heard when the show was first coming out. Oh
yeah, Titans season 1 and 2. Check it out. It's on HBO Max now, huh? Oh yeah, because that DC streaming was gone.
Too, so
yeah, it's really
definitely gonna check that out.
Yeah, I have no reason why I haven't watched it yet, and I've been looking for stuff to watch, so I could probably start that. So the trailer looked good though. I watched it and I was like, this seems decent.
Oh yeah, Red Hood will be making an appearance.
Yep, I did see that. I think
August 13th. So you got about a month.
This summer has been a really good summer for superhero things.
Yeah, for content.
Yeah, for content's been amazing, which is why we'll have a lot of good episodes because there's gonna be a lot of stuff to talk about in the coming weeks.
We'll keep
so many new
house.
shows.
What did you say? DC has a lot of potential to be as good as Marvel. I just think they need to get on a page. They need to find a page and they need to all get on it. I just feel like they're not on the same page, like between their movies and their shows. Like, I don't think they have any solid direction, but all they need to do is just figure out what they want to do and then they could be good potentially.
They need an identity.
Yeah. They don't have one. Especially now. Marvel just took their stuff to a whole other level that DC.
I was just gonna say, like,
DC
Marvel
will never be able to
doing like exceptionally well. It's not like they're just doing average. They're like the Drake of movies right now.
Yeah, Marvel has reached a whole other level. DC will not be able to catch up to them for a while, but if they hired Zack Snyder and made him if they had him just restart the whole thing, I feel like they could do something cool, but I feel like they're not gonna do that. So,
question: how do you feel about like people saying that the Marvel movies aren't like cinematic, like they don't deserve to be considered for Oscars and stuff?
We talked about that last week, and we talked about that last week in our last episode, and I said that those people sound like haters. Honestly, I mean, I don't really know if I think that any Marvel movies deserve an Oscar per se. I mean, I enjoy it maybe for some aspects, like costume design and like all that stuff. I don't know, but
one thing that pops out of my head, the show, I think Jonathan Major, is that his name?
Yeah, Jonathan Majors. Yeah,
he deserves an Oscar for that last episode.
He was fantastic. We'll get into him. He was great. He was great. But those people are just haters, like whatever his name was, Stephen Dorff, whatever. We talked about him last week because he said that he was embarrassed for Scarlett Johansson because Black Widow was like video game movie and not great. And I'm just like, you just sound really salty because no one asked you to be in Blade, in the remake of Blade, because he was in the original Blade. So I'm like, why are you right now?
I actually want to talk about Black Widow too. I love that movie. I
loved it.
I thought it was amazing.
Jaja always has the unpopular opinions on it. But then again, I didn't think it was bad either. I thought it was good. I just didn't think it was necessary in the timeline that we're in of Marvel.
Yeah. I mean, do you want me to talk about it right now?
Go ahead. Just give your opinion on
Well,
it.
how
James
you-
hasn't seen
you
it, but
didn't-
we already spoiled it for him. So it's
We
okay.
had to hand the baton. We have to get a new Black Widow, and not just one. We got like a whole crew now. They could come out with a Black Widow show if they wanted to.
That's true. You know what? I didn't even think
And
about how the widows that are still alive would play into the future of the MCU. I didn't think
And
about that at all.
And I absolutely loved Yelena. She
Mhm.
was amazing in the movie. Like I haven't laughed out loud to a movie in a long time. And she was hilarious.
Yelena was good. I did say that I enjoyed the acting. I thought the acting was really good. I thought the action was really good. I just didn't like the story plot is just not what I was expecting.
We didn't learn jack doodoo about
Thank you.
Budapest.
That's what I'm saying. We didn't learn anything about anything. It was kind of just
like she was like, oh, this is where we hid, and this is where some arrows went through the wall, and that's it. That's all we learned about Budapest. So hopefully Hawkeye like explores that topic. But I feel like that movie, like it was supposed to come out before Endgame, right?
Yeah, it was supposed to come out like a year and a half ago.
Like
no, it was supposed to come out. No, it was supposed to come out after Endgame, but it was supposed to come out
like right after Endgame.
Yeah.
Right. So I feel like it would have made Natasha's death feel more, give it more meaning. Like, because now I feel bad for Natasha. Like when I watched Endgame, I was like, okay, they got rid of the most like the weakest link character. Like she didn't have a lot of development. You know what I mean? She's Black Widow. But after watching that movie, I'm like, I kind of feel more connected to her.
Yeah.
Hopefully her family comes back, the Red Guardian and
yeah. And maybe they will. I just maybe wish that they would have combined kind of like the two storylines, because I really wanted to know how like she defected over to SHIELD, which we we didn't learn about that. We didn't really learn anything about how she met Clint or like what happened in Budapest, like we said. I wish they would have found a way to combine the two plots so that we would have actually learned something, but we just didn't learn anything.
I hope they do like a Hawkeye Black Widow movie where they like do a Mr. and Mrs. Smith style.
Well, they could have just done that with this movie. They could have done that with this movie.
They could have, but they want to milk the cash cow while it's going.
Yeah, that's what I said. It felt like a cash grab. It wasn't a bad movie, but I just didn't see the point of it. I mean, yes, the point is to introduce the other characters into the future of the MCU.
Come on, we're getting the Dark Avengers and/or Thunderbolts. You're not hyped for that?
Yes, I am. When it actually turns into something, but we did that whole movie just to get that portion of it. The end credit scene was the only part that was relevant to the future of the MCU. So
right, I hear what you're saying, but I really enjoyed the movie. Like as soon as I finished it, I wanted to watch it over.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, I liked it that much. I'm not gonna lie.
James,
That's
I don't think
nice claim right there.
That's a big claim, but he always makes these big claims for these movies.
Listen, I remember when we talked about Captain Marvel and I said I liked it. I didn't like it as much as this movie. Like Black Widow makes Captain Marvel look like child's play.
Yeah. James didn't see Black Widow, and I don't think he plans on watching it until it's free. So, but we already spoiled it all for him last week. So it's fine. But I still stick by what I say.
Still worth the watch.
Still worth a watch, but you don't have to pay to watch it. You can wait.
Oh, yeah. I didn't pay to watch it.
Oh.
I should have. And I'm going to. I'm going to go to the movies to watch it.
You're gonna pay to watch it after you already saw it?
Of course.
Okay.
It was that good. Come on, you're talking to someone who went to go see Endgame twice in the same weekend.
Oh, I mean, but that's different. Endgame was amazing. I saw Endgame like 4 times in the theater. And Infinity War. So, but that's a completely different thing. So speaking of Marvel, before we talk about Loki stuff. So Marvel Studios, and we're talking about Oscar stuff too. Not Oscars, but this is the Emmys. So Marvel actually made history with 28 Emmy nominations. 28. And whatchamacallit, WandaVision got 23 of those 28 nominations. So
wow.
I'm just going to really quickly go through the list of categories that they received Emmy nominations for. So WandaVision got an Emmy nomination for Outstanding Limited Series, Outstanding Lead Actress in a Limited Series for Elizabeth Olsen, Outstanding Lead Actor in a Limited Series for Paul Bettany, Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Limited Series for Kathryn Hahn, Outstanding Directing for a Limited Series, Matt Shakman, Outstanding Writing for 3 of the episodes, Outstanding Production Design for a Narrative Program, Outstanding Casting for a Limited or Anthology Series or Movie, Outstanding Fantasy Sci-Fi Costumes, Outstanding Single Camera Picture Editing. Wow, I didn't even know all these things were categories.
Right.
Neither did I, yeah.
Outstanding period and or character hairstyling. Outstanding main title design.
What?
Rightfully so, because the opening title sequences for each episode are really good. I feel like they were making some of these categories up specifically for this show. But
I just heard an award for hair design. Like,
yeah,
what?
costume and makeup design. Outstanding period and or character makeup. Outstanding music composition. Outstanding original music and lyrics for the Agatha All Along song, which I think is a little overhyped at this point, but whatever. Outstanding original main title theme music, outstanding music supervision, outstanding sound editing for limited anthology series, outstanding sound mixing, outstanding special visual effects in a season or a movie. That's a lot. That's a lot of categories that I didn't know existed for this show. And then Falcon and the Winter Soldier got the other nominations out of the 28. So they are getting a nomination for Best Guest Actor in a Drama Series for Don Cheadle when he appeared in the show in the first episode for 30 seconds. He actually said that he was confused as to why he received that Emmy nomination. And I'm kind of confused too, because he didn't really do or say anything special. So I'm confused.
It must have been a great performance. I don't even remember it.
Right.
He was literally in the show for the first 2 minutes.
They hyped him up like he was going to be a big cameo, but he was like in the first episode and that's it.
Yeah, and like not even for that long. So outstanding sound editing, outstanding special visual effects, outstanding stunt coordination, and outstanding stunt performance.
Okay. Yeah, the stunts in that was the action in that show was amazing.
And I'm pretty sure, and Loki came out too late to receive any nominations, but I'm pretty sure if it came out like within the time period, it probably would have gotten nominated for some stuff too. But yeah, good for Marvel. 28 nominations. It's crazy. I also want to point out
to me Loki was the best one, but I loved all three of them.
That's what I'm saying. Loki was my favorite too out of all of them. Also, sidebar, since we're talking about Jonathan Majors, I just want to point out that Lovecraft Country got like 18 nominations and yet HBO canceled the show. So you know what, HBO, screw you. Did you watch Lovecraft Country?
No, but I heard of it and it's on my list.
Did you watch it, James?
No.
Oh my God. Talking about me sleeping on you. You guys should watch Lovecraft Country. Lovecraft Country was amazing. It was a really good show. And HBO decided to cancel it because Misha Green, the showrunner, she revealed her plans for season 2. And I guess they were trying to get like really radical, like with the race stuff for second season. And I guess HBO didn't want to associate with that. So that's why they canceled it. But look at that. 18 Emmy nominations. So, or I think it's actually more than that. I could be mislabeling it, but whatever. Misha Green did sign a deal with Apple, so hopefully Apple Plus picks it up. Apple TV?
Oh
Apple
man.
TV, yeah. Well, that's the right move. If your show is popular and has good potential and somebody doesn't want it anymore, then the good thing to do would be to snatch it up quickly and you take on those profits. But yeah. Congrats to WandaVision and to Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Great. So let's talk about Loki. You guys, well, you watched it, right, James?
Yeah.
And you watched, John, you watched it. Of course, I asked you.
Of course.
All right. Season finale. Loki is over. It has wrapped. What did you guys think of the season finale?
Go ahead. Take it away, James. I want to hear what you got to say.
Wait. I'm really interested to hear what James is about to say because I have a feeling, I'm going to make a guess, James, that you didn't like the season finale.
No, I did like it.
You did like it?
Yeah, I like the show overall too.
Okay.
Episode, I forgot which episodes I was hating on, but those still in my books, I don't like.
You didn't like episode 3. And because you didn't like episode 3, like that was when that was the first episode of like full like Loki and Sylvie, like when they were on the train and stuff. James didn't like that episode. And because he didn't like that episode, I assumed he wouldn't like this episode because there was so much talking and not a lot going on. So I assumed you weren't gonna like it.
No, there wasn't a lot of action, but I did enjoy it. It wrapped it up well. I was predicting that the person at the end was going to be another Loki, but surprise, it wasn't. So yeah, I did like it a lot.
I was predicting that it was going to be Kang, but I was also, like I said, preparing myself for the fact that Marvel might botch it again, just like they botched it for WandaVision, and make it another Loki instead of, like what everyone really wanted to see. But I was really happy that they did not do that. So I was relieved. I think everyone was kind of like holding their breath to see who the real villain was going to be. And I think a lot of people were actually really happy with the way they decided to throw it.
I'm traumatized by like the way these authors have been ending stories recently. So before the show, I thought it was Kang, and throughout the show, there was so many hints at Kang that I'm like, yeah, they're gonna try and trick us at the end, so it's not gonna be Kang. But I thought, like James, I thought it was gonna be like evil Loki, especially because they were showing the scenes right before the last episode of King Loki, a scene that we didn't even see in the show.
Mm-hmm.
So it was. I like the way they rolled it out, though. But James, what else did you think about it?
I think the talking was cool. I had a feeling that the Lokis, Sylvie and Loki, were going to fight each other, but I mean, that was necessary to advance the plot. But yeah, it was really good.
I feel like
I'm not hating on it.
They were either gonna fight or get married. One or the other.
I felt like the talking, it was a lot of talking. Cause like in the middle of the talking, I like turned to my boyfriend. I was like, how much time is left in the episode? Like, I feel like it's all been talking, and we checked and there was like 10 minutes left. And I'm like, oh my God, they've been talking literally the whole time. But I feel like it was really important. I'm just going to point out to people that like Loki does have a season 2, not like the other 2 shows. Like, well, we know that WandaVision doesn't have a second season. We don't know about Falcon and the Winter Soldier yet, but you know, the point of Loki, people have to realize, is literally kind of like to jumpstart, you know, phase 4, you know,
everything.
Jumpstart literally everything from the future on in Marvel. Like
everything.
This is what the show's purpose was. Like, I kind of thought WandaVision's purpose was to jumpstart phase 4, but really not like Loki. Like, that was really Loki's. That was really what the show was, and it did. The ending was really good. And I don't think people realize how big of a shift it's going to cause in like like every Marvel project that we're about to see, like from here on out.
Yes.
So I
feel like that's why What If is coming right after Loki, because it's like all this stuff is canon now. Like any of these scenarios could happen.
Yep. It's
like
true.
Literally any scenario you think of, you can play out in Marvel if they wanted to. Like, it's ridiculous.
And now they should change it. Is now the Marvel Cinematic Multiverse instead of universe. It makes more sense. MCM.
I like that one.
MCM.
MCM.
MCM. Multiverse universe. Nah, that doesn't make sense.
But yeah, it's true. So What If, a lot of people think that What If is probably going to be directly related. I mean, it could be. So I feel like after watching Loki, people who weren't too excited about What If should be actually more excited or intrigued to see what's going to happen in that show.
So you didn't enjoy Kang's monologue?
Oh, I did. It was just a lot of talking, but I understood the point of the talking. Like, the point was to like set everything up. You know what I mean? I didn't expect Kang, like, we all know that Kang is supposed to be, well, maybe not everyone knows that, but we all know that Kang is supposed to be the big villain. We know that Kang is supposed to be in Ant-Man and the Wasp 3. He's going to be the main villain in that movie. Like, if you didn't know that, then people, you know, I don't know. But like, obviously they weren't going to defeat him in theory.
Right.
Well, they did defeat a version of him, but obviously he wasn't going to get, you know, defeated at the end of the show. So I enjoyed the talking. I thought it served the purpose that it was supposed to serve. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I'm really a fan of the story. So like that monologue, like I rewinded it and watched it over like 3 times. Like,
action is not so important to me. As long as you're giving me a good story plot, which it was. Like, I don't really care about the action, whatever. But I know like a lot of people, like, that's what they look forward to in some Marvel movies, but you know.
Right. One of my guesses was that, like, okay, this is the last episode of Loki. They can't just introduce this new big bad. Are they really going to give us like a Thanos tease, like something like that? Which that was the plan. He was supposed to be an end credit scene. How crazy is that? Like, but he ended up being half the episode.
Yeah, I know. That's good. I'm really glad that they brought him in. And it was kind of so funny because I think, so there was a whole video. I think somebody asked Jonathan Majors on the street if he was actually going to be in Loki. And he was, I don't know if you guys saw this. He was like, I don't know what that is. What's that? So like, he kind of like, he kind of like threw everyone off the scent. And then, you know, like here he was in the show. So now after watching this, you know, and seeing how Jonathan Majors lied for the sake of the show, I definitely 100% have no doubt in my mind that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire will be in Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much confirmed.
Yeah, well, Andrew Garfield denied it. He said he never got a call from Marvel, so he's a liar now. I think he's a liar. He's definitely lying.
If they weren't planning to do it with all the hype around it, they should just throw in a cameo or something. Even if he doesn't play Spider-Man, like, he's got to be in the movie somewhere.
Yeah. He's definitely going to be
bystander or something.
There's no doubt in my mind, especially since Doc Ock and freaking Electro, like, you know, they're going to be in it too. Like, old villains from the old movies, they're definitely going to be in the movie. So there's no doubt in my mind. 100%. 100%. No doubt.
Oh, Jamie Foxx?
Yeah, Jamie Foxx.
Oh,
Jamie Foxx Electro and Doc Ock, and Alfred Molina. They're both going to be in it. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing Toby and Andrew in there too. And I'm very excited for Spider-Man. But yeah, so like I said,
how quick was well, I'm gonna call him Immortus because that's what everyone is referring to, that version of Kang.
Yep.
Like I love the way they just went through his whole arc. Like we got introduced to him, we got what he's all about, and he did, and then he died. Like I feel like we got a whole completed story with him. So like the next time we see Kang, it's not even gonna be him. So it's gonna be like a whole new character.
Yeah. So for everyone, there's a lot of people online saying that like it wasn't Kang. I'm just like, what are y'all talking about? Just because they were.
I mean, technically, it's not Kang because like all these different versions of Kangs are different people, but they're the same person. Like it's mad hard to like.
Different. You like different versions of Kang, just like there are different versions of Loki, but it's still Loki. But this is just a different version of Kang, and there are many different for people. Like there are many different versions of Kang in the comics. So.
But supposedly in the comics, this one, He Who Remains Immortus, he's supposed to be like the end game Kang, like the final version. Who like. So that now that it's running in a loop, I guess time is gonna reset, and he's gonna like my theory. This is I know you guys don't like theories. It's a touchy subject, which we should talk about. I don't want to call it a theory. I'm just gonna say it would be cool if, because like I don't have the control of the show. This is not gonna follow what I say. So it would be cool if like Judge Renslayer went back in time or went to an earlier version of that Kang who Sylvie and Loki met and like fed him information, and so that he knows all the scenarios that didn't play out, and even the one with the two Lokis didn't play out, and maybe our Loki is gonna have to find his way back to the reincarnated Kang. Like there's so many ways the story could go. Like it's nuts.
Yeah, I do wonder where she went. I feel like she went to a different version of Kang, maybe like the one that's gonna be an Ant-Man. Maybe she went to that version of Kang. Who knows?
Right. The statue that we see, that's supposed to be Kang the Conqueror. That's the outfit.
Yeah. So I'm very interested to see, like, because I know that Kang is supposed to next turn up in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. That doesn't come out till 2023. So I'm wondering, like, if we're gonna see any other version of Kang in any of the other movies that are coming out before that. Like, if we're gonna see, or like his influence in some way.
We're getting Loki in Doctor Strange, so maybe you'll cameo on that.
Is that confirmed? So I said that reportedly he's supposed to appear in Doctor Strange. So, I mean, we'll see. I don't know.
It's a rumor until it's not.
I know. Doctor Strange is also supposed to appear in Spider-Man. So, it's just gonna be all over the place. It's gonna be all over the place. Doctor Strange is stressed out right now.
Gonna be one big fun party. All the characters are welcome. Just choose one.
Doctor Strange has a lot of work to do in the upcoming movies. So also I'm interested to see how the Eternals is going to play into this. So a lot of people were saying, like, if you saw the Eternal trailer, they were like, they didn't interfere in the whole Thanos thing. Really, they didn't interfere until now. So people were saying that, like the explosion of the timeline is a big enough event for them to actually interfere in the happenings of the universe. So I'm interested to see if that's actually true and like what part they're going to play in it also.
At first, when they were talking about this whole timeline thing, I was thinking about that. Like, why didn't the Avengers get punished? But like, it makes sense because Loki was supposed to end up in the TVA. So they were supposed to do all that time heist stuff just to get Loki to the TVA. You know what I mean? Like that event would never have happened if they didn't do the time heist. So
that's a very interesting point. That's an interesting point. Jaja, are you excited for the Eternals after watching Loki? Were you excited before, or are you excited
for anything Marvel? Like they don't even have to do all this gimmicky stuff that they've been doing with like Taskmaster is going to be in this movie when he's really not even like that. She is really not that relevant. For every show they've been doing something like that. Like in Falcon and Winter Soldier, it was the Power Broker and the Flag Smashers who aren't really that relevant. And WandaVision, what was it? The actor was saying, "Oh, we're gonna get a big cameo." Like they always like. I wanna compare them to like an attractive person who's mad insecure. Like you got the goods, but you think that no one's gonna come for it. You know what I mean? So you got to like tease us with stuff. But I'm not mad at Taskmaster. I'm not mad at any of the characters that they've used for it. But I just think the advertising is like,
I am, because
go
Taskmaster's role in that movie was pointless. Yes, you don't have to tease us with big villains anymore. Everyone's already interested to know what's gonna happen now after that. So just for anyone who hasn't watched Loki, which if you're a fan of Marvel, I don't know why you wouldn't have seen Loki. Definitely watch it, because otherwise you're not going to know why anything's happening the way it's happening in all the future projects. So you definitely have to watch it. I'm looking forward to Spider-Man so much. It's Shang-Chi is the next movie that we're getting, but I don't really know how I'm excited. I don't know how excited I am for Shang-Chi. I don't know if Shang-Chi, I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be affected by something, but I don't really know in what way. So I don't know like how excited I am for that movie.
Like you're not excited to how it connects to the Marvel universe or the movie itself?
I mean, I was, when the trailer came out, I was like, oh, this looks cool. But after seeing Loki, I'm not really sure like how it's going to connect into everything. I'm still going to see it though, but like that's just how I feel now. Like, James, are you still excited? I know you were excited or you were interested after you saw the trailer. So I don't know if you're as interested now.
Yeah, I'm still interested. Shang-Chi, I definitely want to see. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
unpopular opinion here then.
Yeah, but just like you, I'm not sure how it'll relate to anything. Maybe we'll get. Maybe they haven't shown their hand just yet, and
maybe
they stopped teasing villains.
Maybe that's what, because you know how people were saying that they saw the Abomination in that trailer. Maybe that's what that is. Like, you know, because he just came out. I don't know. Like maybe that's what that is.
Another Thunderbolts Easter egg. I think it was Abomination.
We were looking at it and we were saying that it just looked like a big lizard monster. It didn't look like Abomination.
I know. I heard that part of the podcast. And I was like, that looks just like Abomination.
I feel like it didn't look just like Abomination, but if you say so.
And now that they showed what's his name, Thunderbolt Ross in Loki. In Black Widow. I'm sorry. Yeah. I feel like there's even more of a chance for like Abomination to still be around and for him to be part of the team that they're building.
Well, you know, I'm still gonna see Shang-Chi. I'm gonna watch anything that Marvel puts out, but we'll see. I will be pleasantly surprised if it turns out that it is part of it in some way.
How do you feel about the Young Avengers squad that they're
I'm excited about the Young Avengers when we saw Eli in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but I'm just curious to see when we'll see more of him, you know, and like how that team is going to come together.
Right. So far we got Wiccan and Speed, we got Isaiah Bradley, Kate Bishop.
Yeah, but they didn't really like.
I think Kid Loki's gonna come back. I think Kid Loki went with Mobius, and he's gonna find his way to our timeline or whatever.
Interesting.
And I feel like I'm missing one or two. But
did you say Miss Marvel?
Miss Marvel.
Yeah, because you know she's gonna be in the second Captain Marvel movie. But I'm just interested because I thought that we were going to get more of Isaiah Bradley in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Because when he first appeared, I was like, oh, great. A lead in to the Young Avengers. But they didn't really dwell on him really at all. So, like, I don't really know how he gets
that whole family. I wanted to see his dad go to work. Like, I was mad they only showed his strength by throwing the tin can into the wall. I wanted to see him fight some people. But, you know, can't have everything.
So I'm just interested, like maybe in the next Captain, if there's going to be another Captain America movie with Anthony Mackie, then maybe there, but I'm just trying to see like where we would get more of him. I'm just kind of confused.
I love how they're introducing all these different super soldiers, by the way, like the Red Guardian and the old Captain America. Like I'm loving all of it.
Yeah, everything is so well thought out and so well planned that like it's just so great. And that's why I said that DC would never be able to catch up because they have not put that much thought into their movies.
But this is why Wolverine makes so much sense because he's Weapon X. Like they got to get to 10 at some point.
I also saw actually that did you see that article where like wait, I thought I put this in here. Apparently an X-Men made a cameo in Black Widow. Did you see that?
Yeah, Ursa Major, he's the big bear.
Yeah.
Red Guardian, Alexei, he broke his hand in the jail. But then
Mm-hmm.
he wasn't really like a mutant in the movie. They just confirmed that they told him who his character was after the show, and he put it on Instagram. So hopefully he comes back.
Yeah. And I'm really interested to see like how X-Men, I'm assuming that this whole multiverse stuff is how X-Men is gonna, you know, find their way into the MCU, but I'm just very curious to see like how and when that's gonna happen. maybe in Deadpool, maybe some other way. I don't know, but I'm just really interested to see how they're going to do that.
I was reading some article and they're like, Marvel has so many characters like that, and it's like, so that's one of the reasons why they're not signing people to long deals anymore, because they have so many characters to go through that, like, if they made one movie per character, they'll still have enough for like the next 100 years.
Wow.
So it's
do you guys think we'll be watching Marvel movies when we're like 40?
Marvel movies, they're not going anywhere.
I think so. Hopefully not reboots, but like continuations.
Yeah.
Listen, I feel like in the future they're gonna have like theme parks where you could go be a superhero in VR or something, like
probably
be a Marvel character.
I mean, Disney California already has a Marvel like section in Disney World, Disneyland.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would just like if I was like Robert Downey Jr. or like Chris Evans. Well, I don't know why I said Steve Evans. I would be, I would feel proud of myself for like kickstarting the whole MCU, but I would definitely want to be part of this MCU because it just seems like much better. You know what I mean? Because you know how like
it keeps getting cooler.
You know how like early 2000s Marvel, it was like okay, like a lot of the movies were not that great, but it was all kind of forming into this bigger thing. But now everything they do now seems to be good consistently. I would definitely want to be a part of this new era of Marvel because they've definitely grown a lot.
So one of the conspiracies back in phase 1 was that's why they were hating on Captain Marvel's character. Well, in interviews when they used to like get on her.
Why? Because
you ever see it?
Well, yeah, I know that they don't like her. Yeah.
Like she's supposed to be the most OP character in the next phases, so they like felt some type of way about it.
Honestly, Captain Marvel, I can do without her in this whole phase. I can do without her. I don't need her. I'm like I'm much more invested in everyone else than I am in her. So
we haven't really gone cosmic yet, so like
yeah,
she's not really relevant right now.
Yeah. So let me just pull up. I've gone over this timeline a lot of times, but I feel like I need to go over the timeline again. Just so we know what's happening.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man in December. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, Spider-Man is coming out in December. Okay. December can't come fast enough.
I get so bad when I see some of the movies announced for like 2024. It's like so far away.
Yeah, I know.
You're gonna hype me up for 2 years, really?
I know. It's true.
And I'm gonna be hyped for 2 years. That's the worst part. Like,
oh yeah.
This was as of March, so I'm assuming that this is the most accurate one because I've seen a bunch of them, but like a lot of it's not accurate because of COVID. Stupid COVID ruined everything. Okay, so yes, the next show is What If, August 11th. September 3rd, right after that. Everything is so many things are coming out back to back to back to back. Everyone should be excited. All Marvel fans should be excited. This is like we're back after like a year of no Marvel content. We're literally back to back with new Marvel stuff. So What If comes out August 11th. Shang-Chi comes out September 3rd. So like not even a month after that. November 5th. So like a month after that is when Eternals comes out. Then December 17th, a little more than a month after that, is when Spider-Man No Way Home is coming out. And then Hawkeye. So Hawkeye is slated for fall 2021. So it's gonna come out probably somewhere in between Shang-Chi and Spider-Man. Then late 2021 is Miss Marvel. So probably really? I feel like that's okay. I feel like that should have a date by now, no? But probably somewhere in between that, maybe after Spider-Man, like at the end of the month. I don't know. That seems kind of close. All that seems kind of squished together. But if that's true, then cool. But that all seems kind of squished together. So we'll see. Then March 2022, which is right after the new year, we have Doctor Strange. Then May 6th. So we'll have like a month and a half, almost 2 months off. We get Thor, Love and Thunder. Oh, is it because we're in the multiverse that Jane becomes a version of Thor? Is that what's causing that? Now I'm wondering that too. Anyway, because that's what that's about, right? Jane is becoming.
We need a Thor for the Young Avengers.
Yeah, Jane is becoming. Yeah, so now I'm wondering if that's what that was. Anyway, July 8th, 2022 is Black Panther. Then November 2022 is the Marvels, which is Captain Marvel 2. Then I have to say that Moon Knight is probably the only thing that I don't really care too much about. 2022 TBC. Don't know what that's about because I don't really know much about Moon Knight, but whatever.
I'd have to see a trailer to
gauge
my level of excitement.
I would have to see a trailer for that too.
Same.
She-Hulk is another thing that I'm not too excited about, but we'll see. So that's also 2022 TBC. Which, you know, did you guys hear Megan Thee Stallion's gonna have a part in that show? Not the main character, but like she's gonna be in it somewhere.
Yeah, I heard.
She's probably gonna have a cameo. I don't think she's gonna have a huge role in the show, but we'll see. Then Loki season 2 is rumored to come out in the fall of 2022. Now we have Secret Invasion, which is rumored later in 2022. I'll just stop there because everything else after that is rumored. There's no exact release date except Ant-Man is February 17th, 2023. And then Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is May 5th, 2023. And then everything else is a rumor after that. So, but there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff lined up for Marvel. And
we haven't even got to like Fantastic Four or X-Men or.
Oh yeah, because that's all like speculation. But I feel like once like Deadpool 3 is rumored November 3rd, 2023. So I'm assuming maybe X-Men, we'll get X-Men sometime around there.
Did you see the Deadpool 3 teaser with him
and Korg? Yeah. Korg? I did see that. That was a good way. That was a good way to cross it over. It is. That was really
They're
good.
Like critiquing one of Ryan Reynolds' movies. That was hilarious.
And they definitely said, did you see how good Korg looked in that trailer? Like they were saying that they put a lot of money into his CGI. So it has to mean something because like it was done so well. Did you see it, James?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, that movie that he's coming out with, what's it called? Regular Guy? What's that movie called?
Free Guy or something like that.
That was kind of interesting. I think I'm gonna watch that when it comes out. Taika Waititi is in that too, so we'll see. Yeah, but this is like exciting times for Marvel, and I'm really
good solid roadmap.
Yeah, good solid roadmap.
It's been a good summer. I'm like lots of stuff to watch. Almost too much.
I'm kind of interested to see what's going to happen in Loki season 2 because I heard a rumor that they shot 12 episodes and the first season was supposed to be 12 episodes, but then they cut it because of COVID. And they said something about how the other half is already filmed, which is probably why maybe you saw stuff in the trailers that you didn't end up seeing. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm interested to see what's going to happen in season 2 of Loki. If it's going to feed off of like, you know, the movies that are coming out before it, or, you know, if it's going to just start, if like, you know, like I'm interested to see where it's going to start from. So we'll see. But overall, what do you rate Loki as a series from 1 to 10? Who wants to go first?
I'll give it an 8.
Great. Good score. What about you, Jaja?
I mean,
10. Do you give it a 10?
As a show by itself, I give it a good. I couldn't give it an 8 or 9, but like as it connects to the Marvel universe, it has to be like a 15.
A 15.
The way it sets up everything, it's like wow.
Yeah. I have to give it. Yeah, I have to give it a solid 9. It was really good. It was really good, and the way that it sets everything up, it has to be like a 9.5, because it sets everything up perfectly. And I'm really excited for Jonathan Majors' role in the MCU and to see what he does next. And I'm curious to see where his influence is going to be throughout like all the movies before Ant-Man and the Wasp, you know, because that'll be cool to see too. They could just be keeping his appearances like a secret, just like they kept his appearance in the show a secret. So we could see him in other places too besides Ant-Man. You never know.
Right. Yeah,
so I am excited about that. And I'm excited to see like Doctor Strange attempting to clean up the mess of everyone. So that'll be fun to watch.
Him having to fight Wanda. I want to see that fight.
Yeah, so we know that Wanda is supposed to be in Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, and Loki is rumored to be in there too. So that's going to be pretty interesting.
Something really cool. I'll send you the video if you want to see it. But somebody aligned the end credit scene of WandaVision, where she's in the cabin, and Kang the Conqueror talking about the multiverse breaking. And as the scenes are going, there's a point where where the lightning strikes and the sacred timeline starts breaking.
Mm-hmm.
At that, like the way the scenes are playing at the same time, there's a thunder strike in both scenes, and the lightning starts breaking. And this is when Kang can't he can't predict anything that's gonna happen. And you see Wanda at that moment hear her kids call out to her because the sacred timeline is breaking.
I did see that. I saw people comparing that, like the two.
She's supposed to go find like a timeline where her kids were real and try and save them or whatever, but it's supposed to like align directly with WandaVision.
That makes sense. It makes sense. This is so exciting.
Fans are on it.
They are.
Right.
The fans are on it.
I'm gonna send you the video. You have to see it. Like the way it happens, it's like, what the? If they really meant for it to be like that, like Marvel is nuts. Like, how do you expect us to find stuff like that? And people actually did. It's crazy.
Yeah, the fans are on it. They are, and
Who's
I appreciate
gonna play
that.
2 movies at the same time?
Lots of people. The people that do like these breakdowns of the episodes. Like one of my favorite channels to watch for breakdowns of these shows is New Rockstars, because Eric Voss, I don't know if, he does a really good job finding Easter eggs and breaking things down, and like he points out the most obscure things, and I'm like, how did you even like notice that? He must watch it like hundreds of times to find these things,
and he watches it in slow-mo, fast-mo, every type of mo.
I really appreciate the people that take the time out to do this, because like it's real, because like this is not stuff I would be noticing at all. Even if I watched it a couple times, I would probably still just glaze over it. So I appreciate them. But yeah, is there anything else before we wrap it up?
Not that I can think of. I'm excited for the future of Marvel.
MCM.
Yes, I mean we could save our storytelling subject for another podcast. I got a few subjects I want to run by you guys, so I'll squeeze them in when I can. Awesome. But we got to come back to Attack on Titan, so I can fully flesh out how I feel about that.
Look at that, guys! And just as Marvel is bringing us into the multiverse, blast from the past, Jaja has rejoined our timeline as well. So thank you, Jaja. It has been a pleasure having you on this episode. It's been so great.
I appreciate you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course.
James, it was nice meeting you, man.
Yeah, nice meeting you as well.
All right. As always, you can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Blerdsnerds. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And send us the email, blerdsnerds@gmail.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and rate, review, and subscribe on your podcast listening app of choice. As always, I'm Shannon.
I'm James.
I'm Jaja.
Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.
Peace.
Peace.